I recently read an article around the research of stress, and in particular, the differences between how men and women cope with stress. One of the key points that came up, which was very interesting, was around the coping skills have very different and powerful results from the stress experience. So while both genders will experience fight, flight, and freeze-based responses to stress, men have a tendency to withdraw and handle their stress alone, whereas women have a tendency to gather up and disperse their stress amongst their community. When we look at the pillars of well-being for emotional intelligence, we can see in these two differences in responding to stress, two very key pillars in emotional well-being, interpersonal relationships, and self-regard. So when we withdraw and handle stress alone, what ends up happening is we're not using the two skills that help us release oxytocin, the natural hormonal antidote to cortisol. When we use those two skills in self-regard and interpersonal relationships in managing our stress by gathering up our friends and dispersing our stress, what ends up happening is we release that hormone of oxytocin in greater amounts, and that directly combats the stress hormone of cortisol. So now we get an opportunity to see even greater benefits in our emotional intelligence use behind something as commonplace in experience as stress.